All right, so now I'm done coloring my mittens. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut them out and glue them down to another sheet of paper. Now, if you're working from home and don't have another sheet of paper to glue them down to, you can still cut them out if you want to, but then, you know, just careful not to lose them. Maybe you want to stick them to a window with some tape or somewhere in your room, just to have a fun decoration. But if you do have something that you can glue it down to, follow these next steps. So I'm going to make sure that I'm holding my scissors correctly. I have my thumb, which is going to go in the small circle, and my fingers, of course, are going to go in that bigger circle. So something like this. I'm always making sure to cut away from myself, and I'm going to keep my other hand out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead, and when I'm cutting, I'm going to cut right next to that line. I'm not actually going to cut on the line. So when I'm cutting, I'm going to pretend my Sharpie is my scissors. I'm actually cutting just right next to it so that I don't accidentally cut off part of my mitten. So let's see how that works. Okay, I have my mittens cut out. I'm going to take my scraps and put them in the recycling bin. I can put my scissors away because I don't need them anymore. I'm going to find a glue bottle or a glue stick and whatever paper it is that I have to glue these down to. Now, I get to kind of make my own little composition with this, so I get to decide. They don't have to just be directly right next to one another. Maybe I have one up, one down, one turned. There's a few other things we can add to this, but I want to get them stuck down to the paper first. So now that I have them in the place that I want them to go, I'll take my mitten, flip it over, turn my glue bottle upside down if I'm using liquid glue. First of all, of course, make sure it's open. If you can hear it breathing or if you can see that dot at the top, that means it's open. Turn it upside down, and we're going to give it just a few drops of glue. I don't know if you can see those or not, but just a few drops. We've practiced this before. I'm keeping it away from the edge so it doesn't ooze all over the place. If you're using a glue stick, you're just going to very carefully rub across the back. If it rips, don't worry. Remember, we're gluing it down, so it'll be okay. Now I have to really carefully lift up my mitten. This is probably the trickiest part here. Flip it over. And I'm going to go ahead and give it that little massage. Oops, look at that. Too much glue. Sorry, mittens. Rub your fingers together if that happens. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, now, same thing with this guy. Flip it over. I'll put less glue on this time because I don't want to make a mess. All right, now you can use your white crayons, or if you have a lighter sheet of paper you glued it down to, you can use darker crayons. Maybe you want to add some more things to this. I have these fun metallic markers I've been wanting to use for a while. I want to see what they look like. So maybe, ooh, look at that. Don't forget to put your name on your paper. Maybe on the back side if you don't have room on the front. Otherwise, on the front somewhere, you might need to just set it aside to let it dry. And enjoy. Yay! You did a great job.